Well, it turned out to be a beautiful morning of metal detecting. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Now, this past weekend was not your typical weekend for me. Starting on Thursday, I started feeling pretty sick, and I ended up having to spend a couple days in bed, which drove me insane because the temperatures were forecast to be in the mid 70s. And that was a far cry from the 90s I've been fighting all summer. But I stayed in bed, I got better, and the best thing was I was definitely well rested and raring to go. Well, I knew I wasn't 100%, but I really wanted to get out there and try to put out a video this week. And I really wanted to take advantage of those temperatures. So I decided to stick close to home, take it easy. And the first place that came to mind was going metal detecting along the beautiful Appalachian Mountain River, where the old mill worker houses once stood. Now, I definitely wanted to just take it easy. I was just going to listen for the beeps, dig the holes, and see what was in them. Pretty simple strategy, and I got started just as the sun came up, and that strategy, even though simple, turned out to be a very good one. Well, I got my first target, good target, of the morning with the Manticore, and yeah, as usual, I'm pretty much just using the fast program, all terrain fast, and the audio theme in depth. And of course, I still have the M9 coil on there, but in a day or two I may have another surprise on the end of this machine. And yeah, I'm looking forward to bolting that one on and seeing what it'll do. But I'll let you know. Now, this signal was giving me a 28, and I dug down and I found what was giving me the signal was a piece of lead. But down in the hole, I got a little bit of an eyeball find, a little bonus find, and it looks like an Easter bunny. So I'll pull it. Yeah, it sure is. Good. Both its ears intact. Oh, hey, it's a little girl's pin. Look at that. Little Easter bunny with I don't know, that might be a rattle in the shape of an egg or something like that, but I will definitely take that. I always love an interesting little bonus find in the hole. Well, next signal was ringing in 68. Give me a really long signature, elongated signature on my screen. And now I know why. I dug down. I think I got it loose, and I grabbed the camera. Don't know if it's going to be something modern or old, but it appears I have a table knife. What the heck. It is kind of vintage there. It's got little daisy pattern. Probably 60s. Somewhere around there, possibly into the 50s. That's pretty cool. That's like the second one I've gotten recently, and yeah, I like it. Very cool piece. Well, the next thing was giving me a signal in the low 60s. Nice, repeatable, pretty deep, about 6, maybe 7 inches. Finally popped it out, and I was kind of wiping it off because I didn't think it was going to be much of anything. But I still don't know what it is, but it's just weird. Check it out though. It's almost like a marble pattern at the top. A little orange, white, and pink. And then this metal tube. At first I thought it was like a lipstick tube with the lipstick sticking out, but once I got it cleaned off, I realized it wasn't. So I'm not really sure what this is. I will have to get it cleaned up a little bit more back home, and who knows? Might be one of those little quirky things we'll just have to put up as a mystery find. I got a 93 signal, and I dug down and I got something big and round. Doesn't look like a can this time, luckily, but I wanted to show it to you in situ the way I saw it. Let me switch hands here and see if I can pop it out with my digger. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's an old water meter cover. Yeah. Now, there used to be an old house I sat here, and this is probably one of them. Yep, that went on that old house. This is an old Trident Neptune meter company. This is a pretty old one, actually. Yep, there's a company up in New York. Very cool. Trident water meter. Yeah, I definitely like that. Big brass piece. Ah, that could have been a breastplate. Well, the next signal was a 48, and dug down and I saw a squared off edge, and I thought, well, I got something, because it had a halo effect around the dirt. So I figured it had to be a good base metal, possibly something that might be good. Been down there a long time, and I just freed it up, and that's pretty cool. Check it out. It's almost a complete harmonica reed plate. I will definitely take that. And yeah, harmonicas and pump organs. Definitely a huge source of entertainment back in the day. So happy to have found this, and we'll see what else is out here. Well, I went about a foot away from where I dug up that harmonica reed plate, and I was getting a 28 signal, pretty faint, about 5-6 inches down, and I pulled this out. And what do you know? The other piece to the harmonica reed plate. So I put this one out on the drop cloth so you can see. Yep, perfect match. But I didn't bring out the camera just to show you that. When I was pulling the dirt out, I got another little bonus find. And check that out. It looks like an old gaming chip. And when I turned it over, I saw that it had something on it. So I cleaned it off just a little bit, and check that out. It's got a crown in the center. So that's pretty cool. And hey, a couple little eyeball bonus finds this morning. And I'll tell you, I'm just taking it easy out of here. Just digging holes and seeing what's in them. Well, this one was giving me 50s into the low 60s on the VDI, and it was a little bit elongated, and I was kind of hoping it might be something. It was funny because when I started today, I said, I hope I find a particular item. And I got a couple hours in here, and I dug down, and it's pretty darn deep, probably 8-9 inches down. And I finally freed it up. It was really wedged in there. I am hoping that I have a railroad spike. But heck yeah, check it out. Keeping the streak alive. What do you know? So I am really happy to have found this, because yeah, I was hoping I might find one today, because I have an absolutely incredible trained picture to show you. Well, this one was giving me a 33 signal, and I popped the plug and I saw it right away. And I thought I'll check it out. Coin? I'm like, no. And yeah, it turned out can slaw, which I dig a lot of. You just got to dig the garbage when you dig it all. But I might have another eyeball find. I don't know if this is metal or not. Oh, it is. Oh, what in the world is that? Ah, it looks like the front to a button. I thought maybe I had another gaming chip. Oh, that's cool. Looks to be an old, probably a vintage jean snap with the stars all the way around it. Very cool. I think that's pretty old. It's got a pretty good patina on it. Well, I just got done digging that denim button right here. Somewhere here, let me see. Yeah, right there. And I moved over and got another 33-34 signal. Said it was still in the hole this time, and I was fishing around and I saw something round pop out right there. And I'm kind of laying odds it might be just like the one I got. I don't know yet. Let's wipe this off here. Yeah, sure is. Check that out. I'll be darned. Side by side. So that's pretty cool, and I just had to show you that. Well, sort of in the back of this field here, and got a 48 signal. Said it was iron, registering in the lower ferrous line on the screen. And so that got my curiosity up, and I dug down and I saw like a circular iron piece in the ground, so couldn't get it out. I had to go get my root slayer Nomad, and that thing never fails. I got this thing out, and it's actually something pretty darn cool. Let me show you what I just pulled out of the ground. Get down here. I got it loosened, so as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, grab the camera. Look at this. How cool is that? That is an old buggy wheel. Probably just some little girl's doll buggy, or it could be to a very old tricycle. That is so cool. A lot of age to that. Don't know exactly how old, but it could go over 100 years. Very, very cool. Just had a thin rubber tire on it. So cool. And yeah, boy, that's why I love this hobby so much. I mean, the old adage is always true. You never know what's going to come out of that next hole. Well, there are tons and tons of signals here. That coil's doing a great job separating. And I was just going slow, trying to eke out each different signal, see what it was. And hang on just a second, we got a truck going by. And I got a 57 signal. And right in this area, I'd found an old Model T key, and kind of rang up like that. And I was thinking maybe I have the mate to it, but no, I've got this something small right here in the dirt clod. It's some tough stuff. The ground is still hard. Check that out. All right, now I just broke it loose from the clod. I've got a feeling about this one. I think there's an eagle at the top of this, and a wreath, and I'm thinking maybe this might be a tractor company pen. Yeah, let's find out. How cool is that? Oh yeah, check it out, it's a pin. Ah, yeah, that's nice. I'm trying to see. I'll tell you what, I want to do this with both hands. It looks like it's going to clean up really nicely. Just with a light brush of my thumb, I'm starting to see some detail. But let me get this cleaned up and I'll be right back. But that is very cool. And I tell you, that tiny little target in the middle of about 6 or 7 targets. And I tell you, M9 coil, yeah, it separates just fine. I'll be right back. Let me get this cleaned up a little bit. Well, it was not a tractor brand. Check it out. I absolutely love this piece. This is probably from the 40s, and it's an FFA pin, Future Farmers of America. And it's got the plow and the eagle above it. What an awesome piece. Absolutely love that piece. And yeah, it's what we need more of in this country. A whole lot more farmers. But I tell you what, that is awesome. And that kid must have been really proud to have worn this pin back then. And especially in this area, it's a very agricultural part of Tennessee. And yeah, what a great piece of history. So glad to have gotten that. Well, this one was given a 23. It took me a little while to find it. It was such a tiny little target, but it's kind of cool. Jeez, I didn't even notice that. It's a little earring. Let me see if I can get it situated here. It's a little clamshell earring with like faux turquoise beads hanging from it. So pretty cool. Hey, it beats a pull tab and cancel anytime. Well, I kept digging and digging. Every time I pulled something out, the machine told me there was something further down. Pulled out a couple square tabs, a big long piece of rusty coat hanger, just all kinds of stuff. I kept digging down and yeah, look at what popped out. Looks like an iron case shot. So pretty cool. I do find the occasional Civil War relic in this area, and that might just be one of them. So pretty neat little find right there. Well, now you probably understand, other than the finds, why I love coming down here. When I just need to get away or just take it easy a bit, dig some holes, see what I can find. The riverfront here is beautiful. I'm under the cliffs. And yeah, I guess the downside to hunting down here is there's a lot of garbage that gets washed up when the river floods. But it is beautiful. Well, I have to say it is really nice to have some cooler temperatures for a change, even if it's only going to be for a few days, and then we're back up into the mid 80s. But I will definitely take this. And this one, I was getting a 28 signal, and I dug down, and I pulled this out, little clock gear, and I thought, well, that could have been it. And I checked the hole, and I'm like, no, I'm still getting a bit of a signal down there. So I kept digging, and check it out. This boom ball's sticking straight out of the ground. I don't think I've got it loosened enough yet. Nope, it is buried straight up and down. But I wanted to show it to you in situ. It was about 5 inches down, and I'm going to carefully work it out, and hopefully it's an old one and something interesting. Well, I think I finally got it broken loose. I dug down a few more inches, and I think it got loose. I just grabbed my camera, and we'll... Oh yeah, it's definitely loose. All right, well, check that out. That is definitely an oldie. Wow. Yeah, that is definitely an old spoon. Very cool. Don't know if it'll have anything on it, but I'll work on it when I get home. Yeah, that thing might be early 1900s. It really has a look to it, and yeah, very happy with that. Very cool. Well, this one was giving me a low 40 signal, repeatable, and dug down, said it was still in the hole, so I fished around, and I got another, looks like another button. I don't know if it's the same one that I found before. I'm kind of in the general area. Nope, this one's going to be a little different, I think. It's definitely a, it's almost like a rivet button. Huh. Trying to make it out. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little hard for me to see. Probably not for you guys. But it's definitely a workwear denim button. So, very cool. I will definitely get this cleaned up when I get home. It looks like it has a date in it. I'll tell you what, let me just clean it up just a little bit. I'll get my magnifying glass. I'm kind of curious now. Well, it looks like I got my oldest dated something today. Unfortunately, it's not the date when it was made, but the date the company started. It's Duckhead, and 1865. Very cool. And of course, during the Civil War, they made these high wear pants, and after the Civil War, they actually started their company with all the surplus material left over after the war, and they're still in business today. So very cool piece. I haven't found this one before, and I love it that it has 1865 on it. Well, this is kind of a crazy little hole right here. Give me a 54-55, and I threw the dirt up on here. It said it was in the hole, and I could feel something when I threw it up. And check it out. I think that's a cap. Yeah, that's a cap gun. It's like the hammered one. Very cool. Always love digging the cap gun stuff in. Okay, that's just weird. Look at this. 2 hammers in one hole. Alright, that doesn't happen very often. I must have the spare parts cache in the backyard of this old place. But that is really cool. And they appear to be different. 2 different kinds of cap guns. Very cool. Both in the same hole. I will definitely take that. Well, this one was giving me a 36 to 38 elongated signal. Felt it was iron. It was sort of halfway between the conductive and ferrous line. And hey, what do you know? I got 2 today. I got a 2-fer. Check it out. I do not mind that though. There we go. Wow, 2 nice ones. Boy, this one's perfect. Very cool. Now I do find a lot of them here. I'm about, I'd say about about 1.5 football fields away from the railroad line. So they do turn up in this area. And, well, what the heck? Let's go ahead and show another very cool old train picture. Well, this next one was giving me a 53-54, pretty deep, about 6-7 inches. I kept throwing the dirt up on the cloth, and I finally broke it loose down here. Not quite sure what it is. It looked interesting, so I grabbed the camera. And, oh yeah, well, I know what it is now. Yep, that is part to a razor head, old safety razor. It could be early 1900s up to 1940s, into the 50s even. So very cool. I definitely enjoy finding old razor parts, and yeah, that was a nice little find right there. Well, I think I got something pretty good in the hole here. Yeah, it was giving me like a 40 repeatable, and I dug down and I pulled out a couple pieces of conductive garbage, and I thought that was going to be it. but my pinpointer kept sounding off down below. The machine was giving me a decent signal, not great. And I thought, you know, I'm already down there. Let's find out what's in the hole. And I kept going down and down. About 8-9 inches down, I finally popped it loose and I saw iron. I was like, oh, well. But it's got a shape to it, so I don't know. I just wanted to grab the camera before I took it out. And we'll find out together. So here it is right there. It's just got this sort of rounded shape, so that's, man, that'll work. That will work. Check this out. Oh, it's in the open position too. Look at that. It's a heart iron padlock. Dang. I thought it was going to be some kind of a tool or something. Oh, wow. That is old. Yeah, definitely right around 1900 or earlier. That is awesome. Heart shape too. Man. Wow. That was a bit of a surprise. I'd never even crossed my mind about a padlock. Jeez. Well, I will definitely take that, and I'm glad I didn't give up on it, because I really thought the hole was done. But I thought, well, let's just find out what that is down there. That is just so awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a pretty good morning. Well, I tell you, I came away from that hunt feeling really good. It was just a great time out there, beautiful scenery, and some really great finds. And even though I only had 5 hours to hunt, that Manticore really came through for me. Now, please stick around to the very end of this episode, because at the end I have a link to an amazing episode of Finding America that I know you'll enjoy watching next. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure. And I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.